check it out.
What's up everybody, Super Duper fan here for weekly update number 33 on this Friday. So, what's new with the BRZ? Well, nothing quite yet, but I mean, it's getting colder now, and I'm starting to consider, what I want to do for my winter setup in this car. Because like I said, now that the Legacy is gone, I will be driving this car all through the winter and showing you guys what it's like to drive this thing in the snow and all that fun stuff. So, yeah, I'm considering what I want to do for winter wheels. I posted up the video a few days ago of a blue BRZ with gold rims to kind of get your reaction on what you think about gold rims, because obviously I love the stock rims, that's why I still have them, and winter driving, with all the salt and everything, really tears up rims, and I heard that these rims especially get really torn up in the winter time from the people that drove it last winter in the snow. So don't want to use these rims, so I'm going to have a dedicated set of winter rims with winter tires on them, and that way they don't scratch up the rims with mounting and dismounting tires and things like that. So I'm trying to decide what I want to do for winter rims. I'm partially tempted just to do the black Steelies. I'm going to go down. These are 17-inch rims, and with winter tires and winter rims, the better thing to do is to get the smaller size. You get skinnier tires and smaller wheels. So I'm actually going to go down to 16 inches. That's what the base BRZs in Japan actually have, are 16-inch rims. And so I'm going to go down to 16 inches. I don't know if I'm going to do Steelies that are 16 inches, or if I'm going to do just some small, winter rims that are cheap, knockoff brands or something, because they're going to get beat up. They're just going to be beater rims for the snow. So I just want something that looks half decent, I guess. Steelies is a little bit of a grungy look for this car. I don't know if I want to do Steelies, but I'm considering getting just some cheap rims and then either plasti dipping them black or gold. Not sure which, but probably not just going to leave them silver. So that's what I'm trying to decide. So I've been going on Tire Rack and looking through some cheap rims. If you have some cool ideas for cheap rims, I mean cheap, like super cheap rims that are just crappy but get the job done for the wintertime, 16 inches, let me know. Another thing, as far as channel news is concerned, is there's going to be a small change to the weekly updates here, because I'm going to be out of town from like Thursdays to Mondays just about every weekend here until the beginning of December. So I'm not going to be able to film the weekly update videos on Fridays. So YouTube has a nice thing where you can schedule videos to go live. So it's going to be up to you guys. I'll look at the comments and see who votes for what, but I can either film the videos like on a Wednesday and just schedule them to go live on Friday. If you're used to the Friday weekly updates, I can schedule them. They can go live every Friday around like 3 p.m. or something, and we can keep doing it that way. Or I can just film the videos on Wednesday and upload them on Wednesday and have Wednesday be the new day for the weekly updates. So I'm fine with either one. So yeah, let me know what you think, and whatever the majority says is what we'll do. So yeah, I'll send it back to me at the news desk for this week's news. Right, so for this week's news, first thing I want to talk about is another GT86 rumor. This one is saying that Toyota is considering offering a sedan version of the GT86, and this was something that was mentioned from the very beginning of this car's inception, was that they were going to do convertible, sedan, possibly a shooting brake, hatchback wagon type thing, and all these cool, exciting variants of this car. And as you might be thinking, this car would be pretty slow if it still had the same 200 horsepower and was heavier and was a four-door. And so this is saying that it wouldn't come out till 2015 or 2016 with a more powerful engine putting out 268 horsepower, much of that additional power put out by a hybrid R setup similar to the concept car that Toyota debuted in the Yaris not too long ago. So this would have some kind of hybrid system with CARES and all that kind of stuff to give it extra power. But I find it interesting that they're saying this would come out around 2015 or 2016, because, I mean, this is just a rumor again, so this, I can't take this as fact, but it sounds to me like they're setting up for a revised GT86, revised BRZ in 2015-2016, and they could launch this sedan version alongside the new updated coupe. And they would both have the same engine, and because everyone's been talking about this upgraded BRZ and FRS that's supposed to be coming in 2015 or 2016, and 268 horsepower is more than they rumored before. They were saying 250. Maybe the sedan would have a little bit more just because it's a sedan. They want to give it more power so it has the same performance as the coupe. I'm not sure, but 268 horsepower from a CARES system would be really sick in a coupe version of this as well. So who knows what's going to happen with that, just a fun rumor to think about. Another thing that is a little bit speculative but is pretty close to the real thing is this 2015 Ford Mustang render, which is a combination of spy shots and actual CAD renderings, computer files of the 2015 Ford Mustang. And so that's why the front end, we've kind of seen a lot of renders that look similar to this front end, but this is the first time we're actually seeing what the back end looks like. And they're saying that it's going to have these louvered taillights, which is accurate to what some of the early people that have seen the car mentioned, that they said you could stick your whole hand inside of this taillight basically, and these louvered taillights fit that description. So I believe what we're looking at here, I mean, it's a render, and I think the rims on this render are much too big. This car looks like it's just, still has weird proportions slightly, but that's pretty darn close to what I think you'll be seeing. And there's actually been a lot of reports recently that Ford is going to be releasing the 2015 Mustang in December, as far as the official reveal is concerned. The car will go on sale probably summer of next year, and it'll make its official debut at the 2014 New York Auto Show to commemorate the 50th anniversary of when the original car was released. So this thing, they're just, I don't know if they're going to post up on their Facebook page or what, but they're supposedly are going to be official pictures of this car come December, which is exciting and nerve-wracking at the same time for me, being a huge Ford Mustang fan. Still not sure what I think about this modern front end, but we'll keep our fingers crossed and hope for the best. Good news, though, from Alfa Romeo is, although in the US here it's still a little uncertain whether or not we're even going to get a chance to have the 4C here, Alfa Romeo is already planning a Stradale version and a Roadster variant, which is good news. And there's even more good news. That is that they're considering swapping out these weird headlights that a lot of people have mixed feelings about in exchange for the headlights you saw in the concept car, which were beautiful. So this is all good stuff. They're saying the Stradale, they'll have a race version, and they'll also have it'll be the Stradale, like a hardcore version. They're basically going to make this like a baby Ferrari, and so they're going to have, like the Scuderia version of this is the Stradale, and they're going to have a Roadster as well, and they're saying they might actually also have a more luxurious version too, because this car is kind of bare bones. A lot of people don't realize that because it's super lightweight, and because of that, it's not the most comfortable interior. But yeah, I'm all excited for more variants of this car. I think it's awesome. I'd actually really consider owning one day if I could afford it. Another good bit of news is the Corvette Stingray Z51 edition, which is the performance pack you can get from the factory for the Corvette Stingray. There's a year-long waiting list for these Corvettes, and that's another car that I would consider if I was looking at a car in the $50,000 price range, because that is really impressive performance. And the looks have kind of warmed me over a little bit, but that is a really impressive car. Any of the reviews you watch on these new Corvette Stingrays, they're really spectacular cars. So no mystery as to why there's a year-long waiting list on these, but it totally makes sense. It's a really impressive car. Even more good news is that Maserati's orders have exploded. They said they have 22,500 orders through September, and for the month of September, they were the growth leader in sales for all car manufacturers. They grew by, I think, something like 40%, which is crazy. It's mostly the new Quattroporte everyone's going for, but also the Ghibli that they're releasing is making a lot of waves, and even the Maserati Gran Turismo isn't doing too bad considering how old that car is at this point. So yeah, Maserati's doing really well, and I'm glad to see that, because Maserati, I love the brand, and I'm really glad to see them succeeding. I hope they continue to succeed. I hate seeing car companies go under, ever. And speaking of car companies going under, there was a sad bit of news this week that came across that Jaguar is saying that their 3 Series fighter that they're developing, that if it flops, that will be the end of Jaguar, which is crazy to me. I mean, this was said by one of their executives, so this isn't just some crazy report. But I don't understand why, because Jaguar seems to be doing really well. They're on a hot streak right now. Every single one of the cars they're putting out is amazing. I love the brand and how rebellious and just against the grain it is, and I mean how every single car they make is a drift machine. It's just, they're all amazing cars, and the F-Type, I don't know how well that's been selling, but I think it's been selling fairly well from what I've been hearing. And I mean, even this past month in September, Jaguar sales are up 30% over this time last year. So they're definitely making huge improvements, and they're really, I think, coming up as a brand again. And so I thought they were pretty stable, but apparently things aren't as great at Jaguar as we may think. So they're saying that this 3 Series fighter that they're making is going to be better than any of the competition. I mean, but they said that the F-Type was going to compete with the 911, and really, it was like a more expensive Boxster. So I'm not so sure about their claims all the time. I think they're a little ambitious about their claims, but I really hope that this car is better than the 3 Series and the C-Class Mercedes and the A4s by Audi. I hope this car is better because I genuinely want Jaguar to stick around. I want them to do well, and if this is what it takes for Jaguar to stick around, is this car to succeed, please go out and buy one of these, everyone. We need Jaguar to stick around. They have amazing heritage, amazing history. They put out amazing cars with glorious sounds. Go YouTube any F-Type video and you'll be treated to a wonderful symphony of noise. So yeah, they definitely need to stick around. Really, really hoping this 3 Series fighter works out for them. So yeah, good luck, Jaguar. We don't want to see you go under. So anyway, that's it for all the news this week, so I'll send it back to me in the car. So yeah, I'll leave you with a nice little acceleration here, like I always do. Yeah, so there you go, guys. Another great acceleration here. Still love this thing, especially whenever it gets even cooler. It seems to run even a little bit better. So yeah, thanks for watching. I'll see you guys next time. Take care.